keys are broken.
Golf courses. Any use for them? Or fuck them?
Yeah, so I'll alternate every hour. Chair and then no chair. Like, I don't really feel it in my lower back though. Man, my posture's gotten so bad. Probably end up crippled tomorrow. Yeah, well, I don't know if they're going to be reviving Walt Disney any day soon. But that would piss me funny just to have a video of that. I was thinking that today, actually, if somebody murdered me on my walking path, whether I could turn my camera on fast enough just to say goodbye. You know, yep, my last YouTube video. Okay, I'm dying. And then I'd just say something lame like that. I was actually thinking of that. I was saying, well, I'm just going to say something lame like, oh, I'm dying, I'm dying. You know. I don't have any joke prepared. I should have a goodbye joke prepared. Well, somebody else would find the camera and upload my video for me, I presume. Or maybe it would be discovered years from now. The Lost in Mendham video.
You should at least be like, look, upload this and call it the death of a Mendham. Ugh.
Yeah.
When you're doing your outside videos, you get a lot of people that come up and fuck with you.
No, unfortunately. I had some girls wink at me. Yeah, no, people don't even mess with me at all, especially if I'm wearing my Speedo. Yeah, they really walk way far around me. But that's okay.
I get people who aggravate the fuck out of me while I'm trying to record. I had some asshole send their fucking dog at me when I was halfway through a fucking video. That pissed me off.
Yeah, I don't have any negative problems with people. I mean, they just look at you like you're kind of fucking and weird, but it's not really a problem. I mean, I really, a few people recognize me now and then. That sort of bugs me. You know, they say, "Hey, Gary," and I'm like, "Oh, fuck, this guy's seen my videos." Yeah, no, I'm pretty comfortable with questions. I just don't, like I said, when people give you weird looks, and then you're like, I don't know, am I weird? You know, I get a little paranoid about being weird. I mean, I don't mind being weird that much, but, you know, it just does bother you a little when you're weird. Yeah, I don't think I have any local fans. I mean, there's people who's, people who know of me because of stuff I've done in the town, and so they, it's not for the In Mendham channel stuff, but for the In Mendham website stuff. So there's a few people that have thanked me for things. Exposing local corruption and such. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him, but I hope he died. Fucking goddamn motherfucker. Sick bastard.
What wheelchair? I don't know about this.
Well, this was years ago, back when I was fighting Google. You know, I was fighting the search engine industry, the SEO industry. And so I was working at this directory, you know, a Disney had bought InfoSeek. And so anyway, well, I ended up doing this directory. You know, it's like an index for the internet. You know, we indexed websites, and it's a volunteer organization. So anyway, I was like bitching because everybody was corrupt as hell. And so this one guy, this pedophile fucker, wheelchair bastard fucker, got pissed off because I was basically putting him out of business. You know, he was making a nice little living for himself. You know, selling search listings, you know, to a bunch of you know, porno sites and shit. Anyway, so yeah, I was cutting into his graft, and so he decided to email the mayor of my town here and talk trash about me, and yeah, it turned into a whole big fucking mess between me and the town, and you know, it was just really, it was despicable. I don't live in Mendham Township. I live in Mendham Borough. I don't even know who the mayor is, actually. Yeah, I got a pile of council meetings I gotta listen to. I'm a little behind in my local politics stuff. Yes, I'm literally in Mendham, that's right. So yeah, now we're into this. Really should have a subject by now, people. Yes, in chair, okay.
Sorry, I thought we would... Sorry. We would spend more time bitching about Fred.
Yeah, well, you know, I was no real point. Like I said, all you can really do is, you can't figure him out. He's, like I said, he's got his own little agenda thing going there. I just think there's a hidden agenda. I mean, the Modern Mystic sort of read it. I mean, it was something. I remember when the Modern Mystic bailed on, you know, like he did a couple of You Doubled videos, and then he just bailed. And it was like, I always thought it was like such an overreaction, you know, because I couldn't figure out what exactly Fred said that was like this key word, but it was like the Modern Mystic was what, just like, oh, this guy's just talking woo-woo, you know, like it was religion somewhere in there. And I didn't really get it, but now I'm getting it. I mean, the Mystics read a lot of books, so he probably heard Fred say something that was like right out of one of those, whatever, Foku books. Whoever Foku is, whatever a Foku is. Anybody have any clue what Foku is?
Yeah, no fucking clue.
What's Foku spelled backwards? Yeah, maybe that's a code. Yeah, the Mystic did kind of lose his edge a little, so. But yeah, I don't know, I haven't watched his videos all week. I'm kind of sick of him now too. Just kind of sick of these pussies. I mean, Fred won't argue, you know. He doesn't like arguing. He likes discussing, or whatever his rule is. You know, which is sort of a, you know, it's almost laughable in light of what he did to Jay Sounder. You know, where he took Jay's comment where he said it takes courage, you know, to tell people life sucks. And then he you know, Fred said, title of this video was The Most Miraculous Courageous Event or something, or whatever it was. And it was just such an insult. That's just bullshit. Because Fred's doing it as a joke. He's not doing it seriously. Walk up to somebody seriously and tell them their kids are ugly as fuck. Alright? You think they're ignorant, dumb sluts. And you'd rather not subsidize their reproductive bullshit anymore. And see what kind of reaction you get from people. I mean, it does take some guts to tell people their God is dead and their values are shit. Yeah, you can kick that guy just looking for women to talk dirty talk to. He seems like a big waste of time. Gary, what is all these question marks? What is the point of that shit? Yeah, smarter. What is smarter going to look like exactly? You'll know all the names of every character in the Flintstones? I mean, what the fuck? What is your smarter going to look like? You know how to pick somebody's pocket even better? I mean, what does smarter look like? Yeah, I mean, more logical than what? I'm pretty logical. I'm pretty fucking intelligent, and I don't see any point in living. Yeah, well, Spock was a lie, I mean, Spock was not very logical. Well, as the most intelligent race of humans in the universe, I think we'll become servants to the silly, emotional Earthlings. That sounds like a very good thing to do. Yes, that's what we'll do with our big brains. We'll go into the servitude of the moronic Earthling Federation. Oh, yes, that sounds like a great idea. I don't think so. We can tell them what their odds of being a complete asshole are. I mean, Spock's logic was premised on a lot of girly bullshit.
Why were the ships from Earth going to defend Vulcan?
Why were the ships from Earth going to defend Vulcan? Well, Vulcan was in the Federation. But that wasn't in the newest Star Trek movie.
To have such an advanced race that gave Earth most of its technology need to be defended by Earth.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, well, I guess the Vulcans only had scientific spaceships. They didn't have any gun spaceships. Maybe that's it. Yeah, but I mean, either way, the whole thing, the Vulcans were goddamn hierarchical jackasses in that movie. I mean, the Vulcans weren't even Vulcans.
Gary, you know what? They just came out with the details of the next Star Trek movie. It's basically going to be a movie version of the second pilot of Star Trek, where Kirk's friend gets the omnipotent powers and fucks shit up.
I hated that one. God, that was the worst Star Trek. I hated that one. Little glow-in-the-dark eyeball guy. Oh, that was such a stupid one. I mean, that's back to that absolute power corrupts absolutely kind of bullshit. That was completely a bullshit episode.
Seems like Star Trek's going more towards action-oriented type of movies as opposed to the thinker stuff they used to do.
Yeah, I'd love if they just redo the Menagerie. I mean, I'd love that episode. That was just the greatest Star Trek plot ever.
Star Trek movies are more action-oriented than the shows were.
Yeah, I don't even know if it's that true, though. I mean, there isn't all that much action in Star Trek movies. I mean, they do a little bit of phasery kind of crap, but, you know.
Half of Khan
I
had
mean, it's
that
almost
cool
like
fucking dogfight between the Genesis ship and the Enterprise.
Oh yeah, well, it was a good ending anyway. I mean, it had that great Spock dying thing. I mean, I hated that Spock died, but I mean, you know, they brought him back, so that was cool. But that was a good ending.
That reminds me. I told you last week about TJ talking about how PZ Myers is giving a bad face to atheism. Well, now he's come out in like full support of Thunderfoot, and it's just so fucking transparent. It's like you're just an anti-feminist fucktard. That's all you fucking care. You don't fucking like Thunderfoot.
Yeah, well, they're both dislikable characters, and actually I was a little bit on PZ Myers' side. You know, I was figuring he had a good excuse for this thing. You know, I figured he had, you know, there's a lot of people that Thunderfoot insulted him. He called everybody there basically just a gang of, you know, feminazis or something. And so I mean, he insulted everybody who blogs there. And so I thought like PZ Myers was getting intimidated or something. But then I heard in the last Thunderfoot video he played a clip of PZ Myers, and his rationale seemed to be really focused on just a little bit about Thunderfoot. You know, you typed in bold text, and that's really rude. I mean, it was just like, what the fuck is this shit? So yeah, fuck both of them. They're both assholes.
Video about it was more like a real backhand to Thunderfoot, where he's like, look, our main problem here is we didn't vet Thunderfoot properly, and we apologize to Thunderfoot and to everybody else. And I'm like, you might as well just call him a fucking ignorant slop.
Well, I mean, doesn't that already speak for itself, though? I mean, Thunderfoot's commentary was already pretty crude and stupid. So I mean, that's just kind of obvious. I mean, I don't even see how that's even an insult, because it's kind of just obvious that Thunderfoot doesn't feel like he should have to pussyfoot around the issue.
See, Thunderfoot had to change the title of his video because he called PZ Myers PZ Liars, and people gave him shit about it, so he changed it.
Yeah, that was it. Well, I'm just saying, it's lame all over the place, right? I mean, he doesn't even have the integrity to stick by it. Yeah, well, they're both pwned themselves, so I mean, everybody's pwned, which is perfect for me, you know, because I don't, like I said, I don't like either one of them. Both of them had too much clout, so I'm glad they're revealing themselves. I mean, Thunderfoot just seems like some guy who's like, well, don't trash my parties. I mean, the only reason why he goes to these events is to party and get laid, and so yeah, he doesn't want people fucking with his deal. I mean, it really seems that selfishly focused to me. You know, because what's the big deal here? The big deal is, oh, you have a couple of rules where you might not be invited back if you act like a complete asshole. Oh my God. Horror, horror.
I'm really enjoying this drama because, like you, I can't stand either one of them. So it's like watching two giant monsters fight each other.
Yeah, it's like AIDS against syphilis or something. It's like, yeah, go ahead. Beat the shit out of each other.
Hitler fighting Stalin. It's like, whoever wins, we all win here, people. We all win
well,
here, people.
I wouldn't go there just because, yeah, Stalin was a lot more kick-ass than Hitler.
really find